MaxPreps has released its latest high school football rankings, and we have plenty of movement in the top 10. Thompson and Corner Canyon each enter the top 10. Both teams are 10-0 on the season. Another big mover was Northwestern, who beat Miami Central in the season opener. Let's talk some high school football with our MaxPreps experts. Joining me now, we have the Director of Programming, Steve Montoya, and National Football Editor, Zack Poff. We mentioned Northwestern as a big mover. They take on the top team on that list, IMG, on Friday. Zack, set the stage for this monster matchup.
Hey, you know what I always say, man, get your popcorn ready, and this is definitely a get your popcorn ready type of game. You got number 1 IMG Academy against number 6 Northwestern, who looked pretty good in its season opening win against a very talented Miami Central squad. Now, looking at IMG, they're basically the Habib of high school football this year. They've been absolutely dominant. They're winning by 39 points per game. They had that huge win in Texas earlier this season against Duncanville, and now they face their second top 10 opponent in Miami Northwestern this Friday night. And, you know, you look at all of the players that have got D1 offers in this game, it's close to 50 like it was against that Duncanville squad. So this is going to be a big game. And really, if IMG wins this one big, it almost locks up the national championship if they can finish the season undefeated.
Yeah, and what I like about Northwestern is they're not running away from anybody. Like Zach said, they opened up with Miami Central, who was ranked 10th, and now they're going up against the number 1 team. And if they want to have any chance, they're going to have to do it on the defensive side of the ball, I think. Keep J.J. McCarthy and the IMG offense off the field as much as they can. That's what they did in the Miami Central game. Now, these two teams, the last 3 times they've played, Miami Northwestern has only scored 14 total points. So they got a lot of work to do, but this should be a fun one in the state of Florida.
All right, let's take a look at the rankings 11 through 20. It was a big fall from grace for Miami Central, who dropped 7 spots after losing to Northwestern last week. As for teams entering the top 20, we have Allen at 19, Bergen Catholic at 20. Moving along, teams 21 through 25, Archbishop Hoban, Austin, Westlake, and Center Grove each gained 2 spots, while 2 new teams joined the rankings. The team coming in at number 24 is Cardinal Gibbons after taking down St. Thomas Aquinas. Steve, what are your thoughts, Aquinas rather? Steve, what are your thoughts on that matchup?
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that this would have happened, that the Chiefs would come in and beat St. Thomas Aquinas. I mean, this is a team that's one of the best teams every single year in the country. Cardinal Gibbons, at least since 2004, has not even come close to St. Thomas Aquinas. So this was a massive upset. The Chiefs did it on defense. If you hold St. Thomas Aquinas to 10 points, you know you got a squad on that side of the ball. Defensive end Mason Thomas was all over the field for the Chiefs. And Zach, Cardinal Gibbons is for real, and they showed it this week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they went from not even ranked in the top 50 to now ranked at number 24 because of that win against a loaded St. Thomas Aquinas squad. Now, what this game told me is stars don't matter as much because Cardinal Gibbons, when you look at the guys getting recruited, doesn't even come close to what Aquinas is doing, but they got some dogs on the field, man. It all starts with Troy Statello at wide receiver, at Clemson commit, but they also got Brody Pelleggi at quarterback. This is a guy, as a sophomore, had to step in because Nick Scalzo got hurt, and he led them to a 5A state championship back in 2018. So a lot of these guys have that winning mentality and championship pedigree, and that showed against a very talented St. Thomas Aquinas squad. Aquinas had 16 straight wins. They were the defending 7A state champs, and Cardinal Gibbons wasn't afraid of that smoke, man, and they came in, got the big dub, and they face a very talented American Heritage squad on Friday. So they get 2 very big-time programs from the state of Florida in back-to-back weeks. So there's a chance Cardinal Gibbons can move even further up in the rankings if they get another impressive win on Friday against Heritage.
Yeah, real quick, Zach, if they do win this week, where do you expect them to move up to after 2 massive wins seemingly out of nowhere?
I think you could see them jump anywhere from the middle teens to 18, 19, somewhere around that area. And, you never know. If, teams in the top 15 lose, they could even jump as high as maybe 12, 13 around that area, too.
Yeah, and it just shows really how good Florida high school football really is up and down the rankings from IMG all the way down to Cardinal Gibbons. It's going to be a fun postseason in the state of Florida.
Well, the other new team in the top 25 is Hamilton out in Arizona. They had a big win over Saguaro on a national stage. What did that mean for their program, Zach?
This was, arguably the biggest win in program history. Saguaro is a squad that rarely loses to in-state opponents. And Hamilton came in, they were ready. They didn't allow one offensive touchdown. The only touchdown Saguaro scored was a punt return touchdown. This was a team that put up 70 points the week before. So that just shows you how good Hamilton's defense is. And they got a bunch of ballers, but one dude I want to single out is Cole Martin. He's a sophomore, #1 rated player in the state of Arizona from the class of 2023. He shut down Saguaro's offense. He basically shut down one side of the field at cornerback, and he also made some key plays on special teams. Then you look at the quarterback for Hamilton. You got Nico Marchiol, big-time playmaker. Didn't have a great game, but when they needed to make plays on offense, he was able to do so. This was a huge win for Hamilton, and this really cements him as the #2 team in the state of Arizona behind Chandler. And the Wolves really have been the best team in Arizona for the last 5 years. But I'm telling you, man, Hamilton might give them a test this year, and there's a good chance they'll end up playing Saguaro again in the Open Division State playoffs in Arizona also.
Yeah, and it proves to me that Arizona high school football is no joke. When you talk about some of the best high school football across the nation, one of the arguments we always get is who does play the best high school football. Now, I'm not saying Arizona is Texas, Florida, California, Georgia, but they're close. They're right there, and it proves it with these two teams near the top.
Once again, excellent analysis from our MaxPreps experts, Steve Montoya and Zack Poff. Appreciate the time, gentlemen. And here's a look at the top games of the week. Of course, the big matchup, the one we talked about between IMG and Northwestern in Florida. We've also got some big games in Georgia and Ohio. For more on those matchups, head on over to MaxPreps.com for the full breakdown.